Morning dear students, welcome back to our online class. I hope you all are absolutely fine. So dear students, in last class we have started the second chapter, that is microorganism. Okay, as well as we have discussed some few points that where we can obtain the microorganism. Let's recall that what we have learned in our last class. So dear students, microorganisms are present all around us, but they are too small and to be seen with the naked eye. So what we have learned in a last class, that microorganisms are very small in size, that we cannot see by our naked eyes, and as well as the microorganisms are present everywhere in the atmosphere, air, water and the soil. We have taken some few of the example to discuss this point, that microorganisms are present everywhere. Is it? Now afterwards what we have discussed, that microorganisms are also in the form of microbes. Okay, it's very small in nature and it's maybe have a unicellular nature or multicellular nature. When we will going to start the concept of cells, where we are going to learn the types of cells, where the cell is nothing but the base unit of a organism. Okay, so here two types of cells are there, that first one is the unicellular and second one is the multicellular. Okay, so when we will start the chapter of cells, you will get the more information related to cells, but now this chapter purpose, just keep in your mind that microorganism may be a unicellular means it is made up of only one cell, or multicellular where the cells the microorganisms is made up of more than 2 to 3 cells. Okay, so here we have discussed one example about the bread, how the bread is rotten or it is converted into white color fungus when it kept in a moist for some days. Okay, so we have taken this example, that how it spoils and the surface area gets covered with the greenish white patches. These are the microorganisms which is usually known as the fungi. Okay, so here the next concept we have learned in the last class, that is the types of microorganisms. So how many types are there? Totally main 4 types are there, that is first one is the bacteria, second one is the algae, third one is the fungi and fourth one is the protozoas. Okay, so bacteria, usually simple example you can take as a lactobacillus. This is one of the bacteria which helps to convert milk to curd. Okay, so with the help of lactobacillus, what happens, the milk gets converted into curd. And algae, you can take an example of Chlamydomonas, Spirogyra. So these are the microorganisms which are present in the aquatic area. And fungi, you can take an example of bread mold, Penicillium, Aspergillus. So here this fungi, you can take a simple example about the bread mold, that white greenish color which is covered on the surface of the bread, it is nothing but the fungi. Next is the protozoa. So here the examples you can take as the amoeba and the paramecium. Let us discuss one by one these types of microorganism. So here this is one of the additional part of the viruses that is also considered as a microorganism, and here these are the little bit different from the microorganism because they reproduce only in the body of host organisms like bacteria, plants or animals. And common elements like cold, influenza, most coughs are caused by the virus itself. So how now we are feeling the cough virus, so it can be transmitted from one person to another person. Now the which virus is very famous? Yeah, usually coronavirus, because the transmission rate is very fast. Okay, it can be transmitted from one people to another people. So the virus reproduction is very fast in nature. So the common elements like a cold, influenza and coughs, these are caused by the virus itself. Okay, so here the serious disease you can take cause of virus, that is polio and chicken pox is also caused by the virus itself. Okay, so let us start one by one this all the classification. Okay, so first one is the bacteria. Okay, so what is the bacteria? Bacteria are single celled microorganism. Single celled microorganism means it is made up of only one kind of the cells. It is called as the single celled microorganism. They are put under plant kingdom because they have a rigid definite cell wall like a plant cell. Okay, so when we will study the cell wall structure, here two types of cells we have to learn. That is, first one is the animal cell and next one is the plant cell. So in the plant cells they have a rigid cell wall. Okay, so on the surface of the cells they have a wall like structures and this is present in the plant cell itself. So this bacteria usually they will consider as a plant kingdom itself, and bacteria can be seen under the microscope which enlarge their image from 100 to 1000 times. Okay, so just keep in your mind this thing that bacteria can be seen under which microscope. So as you know that microorganism can be seen with the help of microscope and which enlarge their image from 100 to 1000 times. Okay, they can convert their image, that they can enlarge their image from 100 to 1000 times. So how many types of bacteria are there? So usually it is a spiral bacteria because the structure of this bacteria is spiral in nature, and second one is the rod shaped bacteria because the shape of this bacteria is a rod. Okay, rod in nature. So this is the another example of bacteria. So when we are talking about the bacteria, so how many types of bacteria are there? Totally two types of bacteria are there. First one is the spiral bacteria, second one is the rod shaped bacteria, and this bacteria is also called as the single celled microorganism. And here these are coming under which category? That is the plant kingdom because they have a rigid definite cell wall. Okay, they have a definite cell wall which is present in a plant like a plant cell. Okay, so here it also can be seen with the help of microscope and their image can be enlarged from 100 to 1000 times. Okay, so bacteria is single cell structure. Now let's talk about the next category of the bacteria, that is the algae. So algae are simple plant like organism which are usually aquatic in nature. So in the aqua means water, okay, or sea. So these algae where you can obtain this algae in a aquatic nature, as well as in the front of your door also. Now rainy season is there, so you can find out this algae in front of your door itself. Okay, so here this comes under plant organism. Why? Because they contain a cell wall and chlorophyll. Okay, so usually this microorganism we are keeping in the category of plant aquatic. Okay, plant aquatic means they contain a They contain cell wall and chlorophyll and make their own food by photosynthesis. So just keep in your mind which microorganisms or which classification of the microorganism, they are preparing their own food, that is the algae. Okay, so this algae is preparing their own food by the photosynthesis process, because they have a very good form of a chlorophyll. Or algae can be unicellular or multicellular, means we cannot say that yeah it is the multicellular or it is a unicellular, both you can obtain these algae categories. And some of the common examples are diatoms, chlamydomonas and sieved. Okay, so here which examples we have taken for showing the algae? It is the chlamydomonas. Okay, it is the chlamydomonas. It is the chlamydomonas. This is the image is chlamydomonas. And here the next image is the Spirogyra. Spirogyra. Okay, this is the second image, that is the Spirogyra. So which examples are famous for algae? That is the chlamydomonas and the Spirogyra. And which points you have to keep in your mind? That algae are simple plant like organism, and these are the aquatic in nature, and they contain cell wall as well as chlorophyll. So with the help of chlorophyll they are prepare their own food by the process of photosynthesis. So these are some points related to algae. Now let's talk about the protozoa. Okay, so when we are talking about the protozoa are purely single celled organism. Okay, purely single celled organism. So what happens? Single celled organism means it is made up of only one cell, and they come in a many different shapes and size. Okay, protozoa, they don't have a perfect shape and size, and they have a many different shape and size, ranging from an amoeba, which can change its shape into paramecium. So amoeba, usually amoeba, they don't have a perfect structure. So which type of amoeba you know? Amoeba. So amoeba usually they don't have a perfect shape, and as well as this amoeba can take a shape of paramecium also. So this is the structure of paramecium, which comes under the family of protozoa. Okay, and as well as what happen, these also have a complex structure. So how they can change their shape in an easy manner, as well as they can form their shape in a complex structures also. And this paramecium can be changed their shape into the many different kinds of another shapes also. Okay, so now let's talk about the next point, that is they live where they are living. They live in a wide variety of moist habits, including fresh water, marine environment and the soil. So where you can obtain this protozoa, is water, marine environment and the soil. Marine environment means sea water. Okay, so you can obtain this paramecium in fresh water, marine environment and as well as in the soil you can obtain this protozoa category. Okay, now let's talk about the next category of microorganism, that is the fungi. Okay, so you all are familiar this fungi. So here we have a set of example, that is the agaricus, that is also called as the mushroom, pericillium, and next is the aspergillus. Okay, so here totally 3 examples we have taken for understanding the concept of fungi. So what do you mean by this fungi? They have a plant like a organism, do not contain chlorophyll. So here you can observe in the mushrooms, usually the mushrooms are little bit cream or whitish in color because they do not contain chlorophyll, so they are called as the fungi. And fungi may be unicellular. Okay, so sometimes what happens, this fungi is a unicellular. So here you can take an example of yeast or a multicellular or a bread. So how the fungus is going to be developed within a short period of time, how it is possible? Because of the presence of multicellular nature in the fungi. And sometimes what happens, they are found in a warm and moist places also. Okay, so how it can be obtained in the moist places, as well as you can obtain in the warm places also. But keep in your mind that fungi is a plant like organism, they do not contain any kind of the chlorophyll. So which examples it is easy to understand or remember in the family of fungi, that is the yeast, Rhizopus, that is the bread mold, and the mushrooms and the puff balls. Mushroom is none other than agaricus. Okay, so this is one of the example of fungi. So now dear students, we have done the totally 4 types of microorganism: algae, protozoa, fungi, and as well as the first which was we have learned first, that is the bacteria. Okay, now let's talk about the viruses. So already we have done the viruses category, so it is the additional category of the microorganism where the development rate or the increasing rate or transmission rate is very high compared to another microorganism. And as well as these viruses are harmful for human being. So dear students, just let's talk about the structure of the virus. So this virus is very familiar with you. So this virus is, why it is familiar? Because nowadays corona is on peak. Okay, so usually when we have to show the corona structure, we are showing this corona structure in this way. So usually the virus is in this manner, this is having the head part and this is having the tail part. So when the, or how to enter this virus into our body? With the help of this tail part. Okay, so with the help of this tail part, microorganism enters into our body and attack to our nervous system. Okay, this attacks to our nervous system with the help of this tail part. This is the tail part and this is the head part. Okay, so just because of their sharp nature of this tail is directly enter into our body, and with the due to the transmission of from another people, and what happen, resultant you get a cold, cough, and sometimes corona also. Just so keep yourself healthy. Okay, so here what is virus? It is the category of parasite. Okay, it is the category of parasite, and it can only be seen under a microscope and can infect living organism and causes disease. And so here what you have to keep in your mind, that my viruses is also cause for the disease. Okay, which type of disease? Which is harmful for human being as well as the animals. So what happens, it can make a copies of itself inside another organism cell. So what happens, as I told, the development rate of the virus is very high, so that's why they can develop very short period of time, is it? And these viruses consisting of nucleic acid and a protein called. So usually this nucleic acid is a RNA and sometimes it in a DNA. So what happens, viruses is going to be directly attacked to our RNA and DNA. Okay, that is the another concept which we will going to discuss when we will keep a one main session of to understand the virus category itself. Okay, so now just keep in your mind that what is virus. They have a head and tail like structure. Okay, once again I am repeating, this having the head and tail like structure. So due to this tail which is very sharp in nature, is directly attacks to our body. Okay, attacks to our body, which gets a harm or causes disease to a human beings. Okay, and where you can obtain these viruses? Usually the viruses is also one of the parasite category itself, and it can be seen through the microscope in microscope. These are the living organism that causes disease. Okay, so virus is nothing but it causes the disease to human beings. Always keep in your mind. So now what is our work? Wash your hands properly, wear your mask, as well as use sanitizer. So due to this, take this precautions, what happened, we can survive in environment. Otherwise it is highly difficult to survive in the environment because virus is everywhere. So just keep in your mind, wash your hands regularly. Okay, now let's talk about today's homework concept. Okay, so what is microorganism? You have to be right in a 1 or 2 words. And next is the discuss the classification of microorganism with their example. So you have to discuss the classification of microorganism. How many classifications are there? Totally 4 types of classifications are there. And what are the examples? Already we have discussed. So just write in your pair book. Okay dear students, so let's meet in the next class with the new concept of related microorganism itself. So have a good day. Bye bye.